I think that sometimes love stories that turn out the best are rooted in friendship first. So my third pick is Jenna Rink and Matt Flamhaff. We get to see them played by two different sets of actors, and both of them have really good chemistry, in my opinion. The way that we meet young Jenna and Matt is just so sweet. There's not so much lust because they're 13 years old, but there's that care factor, and there's that element of growing up next to someone and really knowing all of their faults and all of the wonderful things and all their weird things and the candy that they like, and then to be able to see them in this alternate universe of not ending up in each other's lives, but having that core of caring and loving each other so much because of their experience as kids, even in this different worlds. I always really love the fun and game section of this movie. Really seeing them truly fall in love again, or get to know each other at this different stage of their life. And there's all this nostalgia with Liz Phair's song, Why Can't I? One scene that always pops into my head is when they're doing the different seasons of the photo shoot, and they are at the winter dance, and he's showing the actors how to dance properly. And there's just this really intimate moment where he's kind of touching the back of her neck, and you could just see she's absolutely melting in that moment and falling in love with him. And then of course there's the iconic walking under the Brooklyn Bridge scene, and they're eating razzles. They feel very human and make us think about different paths that we can take in our lives, and well, what if we were to meet that person when you were 6 and then end up together, or you never see each other again. And their love story just worked out perfectly in this movie. I love the way that it ends. They have that line, you don't always get the dream house, but you get pretty close. And then they end up with the dream house, and they have their picture on the mantle, and they just make me feel so warm and gushy inside. I had to include them in this mix.
It's just such a joyful movie. And I love these two actors. I'm rooting for both of these characters from beginning to end. And I think one of the things that makes this relationship so great is that even though so much of the plot is trying to kind of get the two of them back to where they were when they were kids, we as the audience never see this piece of Jenna being a jerk. We're just told that it happens. And I think that if we did get to see that, we would not be rooting so hard for her.
Has a different type of character transformation because she's herself the whole movie. It's just that has to be an adult, so she grows differently, and then we get to see her fall in love as an adult. So that's a transformation.
Yeah, and from this very childlike, innocent, and pure way that I think that if we all allowed ourselves to embody more of that energy that we had as kids, I think our relationships will be healthier.
Yeah.
Love that movie and love them. My final pick